Hello everyone. Yeah, again, it's another vlog, but I know, like, maybe a quarter of you actually watch these. So, but I hope the right people are watching this one, because this one has a few little important things right now. And I know vlogs are usually that thing that I just kind of throw up just to make sure that, hey, here's a video while I work on something real to watch. But this one has importance. And now, yeah, I will admit, my video schedule has been a little off. I meant to have the next TJTV up today. Kept getting pushed back, kept getting pushed back. I really want to get on a schedule where every Saturday or so you can come to the channel, see a good video, whether TJTV or Plastic Addict, one or the other. I'm trying very hard to get that in place. Yeah, the next TJTV is in the next few days, whenever I can actually finish the script and finish making props. I lost my fake glasses, so trying to knock the friggin' lenses out of these. I got one out, can't get the other one out. Don't know how. I'm working on the schedule thing though. That's a progress in motion. Don't worry, it'll get worked out. I mean, right now, I'm currently working on it as I speak. Right here, record vlog 9 o'clock p.m. So I have got that down, because right now the clock reads 8:56 a.m. Okay, so I'm like 12 hours behind on a little vlog, but doesn't mean anything else is that far behind. I'm doing okay. Okay, yeah, I'm in trouble. Okay, on to serious matters here. First off, since I've had success with this in the past, I just want to throw this out there just in case. Warpath was seen at retail recently, so I don't know if anyone out there actually is able to find one in a store and can pick it up for cost plus shipping. Please let me know. I've had no luck getting this thing off of Hasbro Toy Shop, and I am not paying Big Bad's $25 a pop price. I mean, I want the toy, but not that much. If someone can pick it up for me, it's a long shot, I admit. I've had luck getting everything else. Like, okay, I've got someone trading me for a wind charger. Very much appreciate that. Did grab the G1 Legends online. If you have to go out of your way to get them for a little bit more than what you'd pay at retail, they're worth it. Especially Starscream, Megatron, Prime. It is a fantastic lineup. It's another one of those lines like Power Core, like see, which were the other ones I was thinking of the other day? I was trying to think of other lines that really hit their stride and then got canceled. And I find that to be true more often than not when I think about it. And the more recent ones, like animated, the toys in animated got really good. I mean, the toys in animated were good to begin with. They got really good toward the end, and then canceled, done. Same thing with the Power Core, Constructicons, Dinobots. Still can't find the Dinobots around here either. Not too big on those. I mean, they're neat. They're some of the best of Power Core, but they're still Power Core, so I'm still kind of not a big deal. The only things I'm really after right now are Warpath and Lugnut, and even Lugnut I'm not sweating too much. And that kind of goes in with what, like, I really want to pick these up because after this I'm kind of taking a break on Transformers for a while, and I mentioned that in my last vlog. Everyone wondered what was going on, and well, let me just say it this way. I'm really tired of the movie aesthetic. This skeletal robot with the car bits broken up as much as possible, these pointlessly complex transformation schemes, these really broken and disjointed robot modes that really don't try to use the vehicle to create parts. The vehicle becomes a shell broken up into dozens and dozens of bits hanging off the structure of the toy. Not my preferred aesthetic. I'm very much into the more classics generation style aesthetic where parts of what make the vehicle make the robot. That's what I like. Keep it simple. I want something that's easy to fiddle around with and transform. I don't want to have to work 4 or 5 different tabs going in 3 directions underneath to get the door in place. It's not fun for me. I know some like a transformation like that. I don't. I like something a little bit more simplified. I mean, let's see, what was the recent one that just came out? Just lost in my head right now. Like, the G2 Prime that came out. Really like that one. It's not too complicated. Scourge that came out. There's a really weird arm transformation, but it's still kind of intuitive and neat, so... And otherwise, he's compact. He does what he needs to do, and he does it very well. A lot of toys get to be that way, but not in the movie line. Also, I'm not a person that needs a brand new version of a toy just because they reworked the transformation, or they gave it a new weapon, or especially with this mech tech thing where all the toys are a little bit smaller because we gave them really huge weapons. Not a fan of that. I'm very much into the representation of the character, like Ironhide. I've got the deluxe. I've got the one for the first movie line. I broke my own rule. I don't normally buy updates or upgrades of current toys. Broke it for Recon Ironhide because I really liked how it looked. I loved all the weaponry. That's pretty much it for Ironhide, though. I mean, okay, if I want one that's like a neat and still kind of simple Transformer, I've got the Voyager. And if I want, one that looks more like it does in the movie, I've got the deluxe. My needs are satisfied. I don't feel the need for any new Ironhide, not the Voyager and not the Leader class. That said, most of what I'm interested in for the next movie line are the new characters, and only some of them so far. Sentinel I want, Shockwave I want, at least one of the Wreckers I want, because I've always had this fascination of a NASCAR Transformer, because it just seems so obvious and it never happened before, so really want that too. However, that's pretty much it. A lot of these are the same characters rehashed with new weapons and new transformation schemes, and I'm not interested in any of that. Not in the least. I mean, it really upsets me that Generations is going away for this movie line instead of running congruently like Universe tried to do for a little while. It's not what I want. It's not what I want out of my Transformers. So it's going to be a time for my wallet to take a break. I mean, I'm going to pick up a handful of Transformers, and that's pretty much it. I'll probably use it to go back and pick up toys that I missed once upon a time. Few and far between. See, for some reason I can think of these things when the camera's not rolling. Now when the camera's rolling, I'm trying to think of them on the spot. I can't think. There are figures that I missed in the past I'd like to go back for. I'm sure I'll think of them later. And I'll be back to begging people out there to find them. So anyway, that's... For everyone who was asking, that's why I'm not big on the next movie line. Just because it's... So far, a lot of it is, the old characters done again, and I don't feel the need for any more of those. See, what else? Moving off toys for a second. I asked this on Twitter, and got a little bit of a response, but then again, I've only got like 570 followers on Twitter right now, which, yeah, if you don't follow me on Twitter, it is TJOmega on Twitter. I barely post anything, but just in case. Anyway, let's see, what was I going to do here? I was asking for music. I was asking if I had any musicians following me. So now I ask you, my 7,100 subscribers, are there any musicians among you? Now, I know there's a few of you. I know Suryu out there who does the chip music for my Kamen Rider videos, which he is awesome at that. But not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for right now is, well, there's that little song I use for Plastic Addict and TJTV. That's Ginger Grant by Derek Audette. Now, I love that song. I love that song, even to this day, despite how long I've been using it. But that was always Plastic Addict's theme. It was only meant to be a stand-in for TJTV until I could find something I liked better. There's something else for that series. I never found anything. So I'm going the route. If anyone out there can produce something of a similar feel, like I like the kind of rock feel that the song has. Nothing too heavy, just like good, like good guitar, good energy, that kind of thing. If anyone out there is any kind of musician, if you know of any like royalty-free musicians online that have a song that would be appropriate, or like nothing from Incompetech. Like, that's what I'm trying to avoid. Nothing too used, nothing too obvious. Everyone uses stuff from there. As long as you preferably it's someone who can produce a brand new song for TJTV that would fit the show and be specific to that. Now, of course, if you can't provide something like that, I would really appreciate it. You get I'll plug you in the credits, your website or wherever they can go to buy the music or download it or whatever. You help me, I help you. And there's a big reason why I'm doing that, but I'm gonna hold off on letting that out of the bag. Like, a few of you know. Danny Boy knows. Secret Code knows. A few of you know. Don't spoil the surprise. I will make a huge announcement so that everyone knows it when the time is right. We're waiting for all the we're waiting for all the I's, T's to get crossed, I's to get dotted, etc. So, but I want a new theme music for something that's kind of big, that's kind of a big deal. I want to redo TJTV's opening. I want to give it a better feel, more professional look. Really want to go all out with it, so I'm sorry, the Naked Gun is on, so a little distracting. Anyway, I'm so easy. Ooh, shiny. No. That's why I shouldn't do vlogs in the morning. I'm not quite awake yet. Anyway, so that is what is going on. If someone out there is a musician, if you can produce music for me and can actually come up with a suitable theme for TJTV, would sincerely appreciate that. Let's see. There's something else here. This is why I should have wrote it down. Last time I did a vlog, I completely screwed up and repeated myself. I'm trying very hard not to repeat myself. And now I'm having trouble thinking of what was coming next. There might be an impromptu cut right about here. Alright, how about I just talk about this, because I like to break these vlogs up into threes, I like to have a little list of things I could discuss. The last episode of Plastic Addict seemed to go over pretty well. Thank you for everyone who enjoyed it. And for those who didn't, oh you. I'm aware that, Demolishor, the toy, has its fans. I mean, I can appreciate when they go with an alien aesthetic. I have nothing against a robot with an alien aesthetic. I mean, it's the reason, RC here escaped Plastic Addict. While I'm not a huge fan of the toy, I do appreciate the fact that they tried something different. But the difference between Demolishor and RC is that the design in a physical form actually works, whereas Demolishor's doesn't. I know a lot of people were thinking I was ragging on that toy just because of how it looked. If you go through that review, I only mention how it looks one time. My personal opinion of how it looks. Everything after that was all function. I don't think the toy functions well. It's difficult to stand up. The rubber will deteriorate over time, which means it may become impossible to stand up years down the line. And I'm sorry. I think if you have a vehicular transformer, the very least it should be able to do is roll. A lot of times that's the only gimmick it has in vehicle mode. So, I'm not asking for much. Roll. I have the same problem with the Deluxe Rampage mold. Rubber doesn't lend itself very well to me. But, I wasn't picking on it for the look. I appreciate them going off on a limb, and I appreciate them trying different things with the designs, even though I have a completely different pet peeve about that, but I will not get into it now, and now someone's going to private message me and ask all about it. Anyway, I wasn't picking on the look, and I mentioned one thing that confused a lot of people. I thought this was well known enough to reference. The leader blackout thing. Okay, among a lot of new fans, especially after the first movie, there was a huge outcry for a leader class blackout figure. I know that there is none that exists. I had so many people commenting that, oh, I don't know if I can trust your word because there is no leader blackout. I googled. There is no such thing. I've never heard of one being made. I never said there was. I never said there was. It was an example. because there was a big outcry for one just because the character was big in the movie. That's no reason to make it $45 toy. You make it based on the size of the character, not the size of, the stature of the character. Something like that. I mean, the Voyager is as big as it had to be. You destroy your own market base if you made it any bigger. I was just referencing it because it was a really popular request or demand, especially among newer fans that weren't quite educated about how the toy production process worked, and you had to produce it aimed at kids because the collectors are only 15% of the market, etc., etc., etc. So, bottom line, don't go looking. There is no leader blackout. I never said there was a leader blackout. It was just a comparison. If the comparison went over your heads, tell you what, I promise you number 3 is a toy we can all agree on. How about that? Because I don't think I've seen anyone who's ever defended this toy. Well, I can think of one. But he's a little off in the head. So I wouldn't trust his word about this one. Just saying. So that is okay. So that's pretty much it. Okay, address the complaints. Always have to address the complaints because there's always complaints. Working on the next one. The next TJTV is going to be up soon. A lot of you did notice this guy in a previous in that episode. That is not the American version. That is not the Japanese version. This is from the new Legends series Joint Gatai figure set. I've got him and one other that I'm going to review very soon, sometime next week, as soon as I can fit it into that schedule over there. But yeah, just to answer, yeah, that's an Engine O, just so everyone knows. And again, please, I mean, I'm really after it this time. If anyone is a musician, if anyone has a piece of music that would work for an opening for TJTV, and as long as it has that kind of same feel and vibe, because someone did offer up a song and it was jazz, funk groove kind of thing, and that's not what fits the series. So, if anyone's got anything that would fit it, drop me a private message here on YouTube. Please let me know, and we'll go over all the details and everything. I'll listen to anything as long as it sounds good. And if you think it fits the feel of the show, just go ahead and let me know. So, thank you for that, and okay, back to this vlog. Done. Where's my pencil? Okay. Schedule's now behind because I can't find my pencil. I'm gonna need to work on this longer. You go watch something. I'll get to this.